Good morning, third graders. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, this morning you're going to be working out of your packet. And so in your packet, I'd like you to turn to the page where it says the jar garden. So we're going to be reading the story together. And the story is about two friends that learn how to recycle and reuse materials at an old playground that is littered and broken down. So we're going to find out how they're reusing and reusing materials. Okay. But while we're reading this story, what I want you to really practice is the term phrasing. Phrasing is when you stop at periods, you pause at commas, and this will really help you better understand and learn a text as you read. So here's what we're first going to do is we're going to read this story together. So what you can do is having your packet in front of you, you can read along, and I want you to read aloud. So imagine if I was there, I should be able to hear you just like in class. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this out. The jar garden. Jessie had been living in the city with her family for nearly 3 weeks. She had started school, but so far she had only met Hank, the boy from next door. Every day they walked to and from school right past an old neglected playground. One Friday, on their way home, they stopped and gazed in. Jessie was from the country and could not bear to see the playground in this condition. "Look at this run down place," she said, discouraged. "There's litter all over. We can't even play here." "We tried to clean it up a few years ago," Hank said. "We even tried to create a garden. After a few weeks, though, it was filled with garbage again, so we had no choice but to desert it." Hank led Jessie to a small corner of the playground where trampled plants lay on the ground. A few old garden tools and a watering can were there. Hank could see a tear in Jessie's eye. "I really miss my home in the country," she said. "There are so many open fields and space to run and play." Hank felt bad for Jessie and did not like the playground as it was either. They agreed to meet back there early the next morning. Hank was already at the playground when Jesse showed up the next day. He had carefully gathered several jars into a pile. "Hi, Hank," Jesse said. "Are you cleaning the playground?" So let's turn the page. And do remember, if you ever lose track, you can always pause the video. You can always rewind to get back to where you need to be. Let's see. Oops. "Yes, people threw out all of these jars," he said. "We should use them to start a new garden." Jesse agreed, and they went to work picking up trash and collecting the remaining jars. They peeled the labels and cleaned out the jars. As the day went on, some of Hank's friends walked by and saw what they were doing. Hank introduced them to Jesse. "Nice to meet you," Jesse said shyly and continued working. "I'm Katie," One of Hank's friends said, "We see that you're trying to fix up the old garden. Can we help?" Jesse could see that the playground and garden were important to them too. They all pitched in to clean the playground. Then they worked in the garden. They filled the clean jars with soil. Then they inserted seeds that Jessie got from her mother. They lined up the jars in a row and watered them. "Let's meet here every day," Hank said proudly. "We'll guarantee it stays clean this time." They all agreed and went home. Jessie's new friends made her feel welcome, and she wanted to do something nice to thank them for all of their hard work. The next Monday, they all walked to school together. As they passed the playground, they noticed that Jessie had rearranged the jars to spell out the word welcome. "What a great way to enter the playground," Hank said. They were all very thankful for their new place to spend time. Okay, so here's going to be your next task. Just like we used to do in class, on the last page, we're going to do the timed reads. Okay, the timed reads. So you're going to read the story again 1 minute for 1 minute. So for me, I have my phone. So I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. And we're going to see how far I get. So this is going to be me just modeling. So you can follow along with me. So I'm going to say monkey booty. And we remember how that works. I say monkey booty and the timer starts. And monkey booty. Jessie had been living in the city with her family for nearly 3 weeks. She had started school, but so far she had only met Hank, the boy from next door. Every day, they walked to and from school right past an old neglected playground. One Friday, on their way home, they stopped and gazed in. Jessie was from the country and could not bear to see the playground in this condition. "Look at this run-down place," she said, discouraged. "There's litter all over. We can't even play here." "We tried to clean it up a few years ago," Hank said. "We even tried to create a garden. After a few weeks, though, it was filled with garbage again, so we had no choice but to desert it." Hank led Jessie to a small corner of the playground where trampled plants lay on the ground. And my timer just went off. Okay, if you remember in class, let's see, you're going to put a little bracket around where you finished. So I finished at that word A there. So if you have a pencil, let's see if this works. Okay, I put a little bracket around there. I put a little number one, and I circle that little number one. So I read, so counting on from the line, I go 139, 140, 141, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. So I would go to this next page, and for words read, oops, let's see if I can get this to work still. I'm gonna try my best with this. I'm gonna go 140. Tricky with this little pad. 146. Now, typically, we would do with this with a partner, so they would be watching how or following along to see if you read any words wrong. But don't worry about this. So we're going to put X on this box, and we're going to put an X on weird X on this box. So this is going to be your task for right now: is to do a first read and a second read and time yourself for 1 minute and see if you can improve each time. Okay. So for right now, don't worry about these questions, but I want you to do just the reading today. I really want you to work on phrasing. So please make sure you're pausing at periods, you're pausing at commas, you're not reading like, let me go back. This isn't a race. So you're not like, Jessie had been living in the city with her family, with her she started school, but you won't remember the text if you're speed reading, and nobody will understand you if you're speed reading. So practice phrasing. Okay, so with that, looking forward to this. Take your time and enjoy the reading. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.